In the land we now call Asaba, where the river Niger moves slowly like an old storyteller, there is a story the wind still whispers. It is not a tale of spirits. It is not a legend of gods. It is a story of war, and of the silence that followed. In the year 1967, Nigeria was burning. The nation was divided in what history now calls the Nigerian Civil War. Brother stood against brother, neighbor feared neighbor. And though Asaba was not a battlefield at first, the war found its way there after fierce fighting across the Niger. Federal troops crossed into Asaba. The guns thundered, homes trembled, families hid behind doors praying for morning. But then, the shooting stopped, and the people believed the danger had passed. The soldiers called the townspeople out. "Come out. Gather in the square," they said. Mothers held their children tightly. Fathers stepped forward, trying to show they meant no harm. Women and little ones were separated from the men. The men were told to stand together. Young boys stood beside their fathers. Some were barely old enough to understand what war meant. They were accused. They were suspected. They were called rebels. But many were only traitors. Farmers, teachers, sons. Then the guns spoke again, not in battle, but in execution. The ground of Asaba drank deeply that day. Cries filled the air. Dust rose. And when the smoke cleared, hundreds lay still. Some say more. The river flowed as it always had. But the town would never be the same. In the days that followed, homes were filled with wailing. Wives without husbands. Children without fathers. Mothers without sons. The pain settled into the soil. And even today elders say if you stand quietly by the Niger at sunset, you can almost hear the echoes of that sorrow. This tragedy became known as the Asaba Massacre, one of the darkest civilian killings of the Nigerian Civil War. But beyond history books and dates, it is a reminder: war does not only fight soldiers, it wounds families, it scars generations. Yet Asaba still stands, its markets still bustle, its people still sing, its children still play by the riverbanks, because even after sorrow, life insists on continuing. And so we tell this story not to reopen wounds, but to remember, to honor those whose voices were silenced, and to pray that such darkness never returns. The river remembers, the land remembers, and now, so do we.